joining me today. Today is Scrap Stash and Mayhem Day, and I have been busy playing. I was playing with napkins, and I had these leftover napkins on my desk. And this is what I was doing. This is using up my napkins and creating a, well, this can be used as a journal cover or a page in your journal, whatever, or cut into tags, journal cards, that kind of thing. But I ended up with these leftover napkins, and then I remembered it's Scrap Stash and Mayhem. All right. So what I did, first of all, foremost, I was given these. I got 3 rolls of these labels, and there's 1,000 labels on each roll. So I could be very busy with this for a very long time. So I started playing with them, and I have these ones here that we're going to play with. But this one here, let's go start with this one. This here, what I had on my desk is just these squares of napkins. And if you take a square and you go like this, well, lo and behold, if you don't have a little bow. And then I took and I sewed in the buttons, and then I just made a little cluster. And what I did was I made sure that everything is, for the label itself, is exposed. So I just have to take this off and paste it onto the page or paste it onto something. And because these are napkin bows, they take up 0. What takes up the most room is the button. That's what makes for the thickness, pretty much. Everything else just kind of folds right in. So this will be really nice to just put, like I said, it's all on labels, so there's like a sticker. So that's cool. And then this one here, I did clusters. And we're going to do a few clusters today, because again, this is just take and peel off your label and stick it somewhere. So that's another thing to do with them. And then what I did here was, I actually am working with a journal right now that this will really go in there beautifully. And this here, you can put it as a whatever, just on the page, putting, just a little piece of decoration, put it in behind something, whatever. There's so many uses for these little things, and you don't have to cut anything out. It's just peel it up, stick it on. And so these are some other ones that I had worked with, just my little stamps, just playing. So let's go with first the clusters. That's I'm kind of finagled today. I don't know. So what I did was I just took and on this one here, because you don't really, everything just kind of covers. You can take and ink them up first, but I found it really doesn't much matter, because you cover, well, unless you're not going to cover them, but I cover most of them up, so I'm not going to worry too much about inking. And all you have to do when you're doing this is make sure, I'm using this glue, and I'm using this glue because these are very, they're not a matte. Well, there may be a matte finished-ish, but I don't know. So I just take and just do this. And I make sure that my glue does not go anywhere near where the sticker, to interfere with the label part. Because I want that to be free to be taken off. So I'm just going to get the rest of these. And I think we built clusters before. I think. So you could just really do this. As long as you're not gluing. There's my, I'm just going to do that like so. And then I'm just going to take my pieces here. I have some pieces. And basically, what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to put the sentiments on there. Because if I just do the cluster, then maybe the kit that I work with, it's got digital sentiments that match the digitals. Maybe I just want to put a butterfly on there. Maybe I don't want to put a sentiment at all. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build my clusters here. And I'm going to this material here was a happy accident. I can't even remember what I did. It was a white, and I had done something, and I had dyed some ribbons. That's what I had done. It was a purple ribbon. I didn't want the purple, and so I dyed them, and I accidentally put this little piece of material on top. And it dyed the material. So it was like a happy little accident. Okay, I'm not digging that at all. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm not going to fuss too much because, well, why? And I'm going to staple. I'm going to do this. This one's all white. And I don't even know if I would even take and do much more than that. I think I'd just do that. There we go. You see that staple needs a little help getting in there. Okay. And let's see. Let's do a little bit of, I want this one down at the bottom because this one kind of has that tail on there, and I want that down at the bottom so it's not interfering with what I want to do. There we go. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, this one is kind of good the way it is. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that a pretty piece of lace? A little doily, I guess. And I want to do, let's do this one. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. I like that look. Yeah, I like that one. Okay. So let's do, yeah, let's do that. And this one here, let's do it like so. That's kind of like that, like that. Yeah. Zigzag them, crisscross them. Adds a little interest. So I did that just barely. Okay, well that should be good anyways. And let's see. Let's do, kind of like that one that way. Let's do it like this. Go bump and then bump. I also have which would have been really pretty on there too. I have little lace flowers. There's so many different things you could do with these, but I'm going to leave these, I think. Once I really got playing with these, you know, it's kind of relaxing. I like making clusters. Get that underneath there and away from the edge. There we go. That's what I said. Just keep it away from, so that you can easily pull that sticker off, or the label off. I'm just going to call it sticker because, you know, it is kind of sort of like a sticker. And then they store easily. You can store them in a file folder. What's this one? Get over there. There we go. You store it in a file folder. You can separate them and store them that way if you've got a container to set them into. I just think, for me, I think I might just take and put them in a file folder, I think is what I'm going to do. I'm getting quite the box of items that I have made through this scraps stash and mayhem, and it's kind of nice when you're building a journal to just have at it. Just pick this and this and this and this. Well, this here could, let's see, let's put this in here, and maybe could have a bigger piece of lace in there, couldn't I? But you're just playing. You haven't got a rhyme or reason. And we're just going to take and glue this onto that, because it's on my desk and in my way. I have butterflies sitting on my desk too, but I don't think they're going to look nice on this. They're just not the, let's see, what's this one? Oh, this one might do. That one could do. I need my scissors. Oop. There we go. This in here. Let's do a little bit of cheesecloth in there because, wow, we haven't got quite enough going on in there. Okay. I'm just going to put some glue right in here. There we go. I'll put that right like so. And then I have a little something here. Hold on. I think little things for the nope. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, hard to say. I think that one's the winner. So I'm not going to, no, I'm not going to try to get the glue on there. I'm just going to put a little thin little piece of glue right in here. A little piece of glue. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just a little piece of glue. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so then I'm just going to take and put that right in there. And we'll set that aside and let that dry. There we go. All right. Well, that kind of looks pretty. Okay. So we can get rid of the glue. And I do have lots of glue out here now. And I can get rid of that. Okay. So let's have some fun with the stamps. Now this is just ready for any kind of sentiments that I may have. And ready to go into a book. And like I said, you don't have to, once you've got them made, you just have to use them. Nothing else. Okay, so I am going to, just first foremost, I'm going to take my walnut stain here. And I'm just going to take and get rid of that white. Just because. You may like the white. I don't like the white. Well, I do like white, but for my need, for what I'm doing, I don't want white. Oh, I know what. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping. Let's see. I like the look of this on here, and I have got this. This is called Ancient Tongue, and it's just a really pretty color, I think. And it blends in very nicely with what I am doing. And so, with the journal that I'm working in. There we go. And then I'm going to stick those over there. And then I have my little bloop thing, and I don't know if it's even going to stick to this. It's so dirty. Let's get it cleaned up. Let's get it cleaned up. There we go. That's a little better. How do these things get so dirty? Because you use them and don't clean them up, so that's why. Okay, so now I'm going to just take and oop, get on there. Oh, you don't want to stick on there. I suppose I have to clean my stamp off too. Oh, there, you gonna stick now? Okay. I'm happy that this mat just kind of cleans up for me. And I think we'll just do a little bit right there. Yeah, okay, so we have that one done. All right. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to try to do, because I did not think to do it, get ready beforehand, and I don't know. This I made so long ago. Oh, look, it's still, oh, it's still good. Okay, we're going to do some stenciling real quick stenciling on there. And let's see, what have I got? I got. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. This I made, oh boy, I don't even know how many months now. It's been a while. And this is the one that I made with cornstarch and acrylic paint. And like I said, that was quite a while ago. And it's still nice and pliable. I think the key to this is to keeping it, this paste from drying out, is to make sure that you don't have anything in that seal, that's anything around the rim that's going to give it air. What am I trying to say? My goodness. I was doing this across here. That's just going to give us little bits and pieces of it. But I'm okay with that. And I'm going to do this right here and do a little bit more. Because I got it out already, I might as well do it, right? Oop. Don't need that much. And this one here I did with, I did with gold paint, metallic, kind of a metallic. Not I don't have it handy to show you which one it was, but anyways, watch the video and it'll have all the description of how I did it and the different things that I tried. But there we have it. After that many months, it still works, and that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Okay, so I am going to just spray this down and wipe off because I don't want that hardening on my stencil. And I think I might just leave it at that because I have the ones that are inked and stamped, but I don't think I want to muck too much with this one because it is still wet, and I want to preserve that and see if it's going to hold its shape, because you can see it's starting to wrinkle a bit. But I did one of these, and I think it was this one here, that I took the oxidized paint, distress oxide, and I sprayed it with water, and it still seems to be just fine and still sticky. So you can play a little bit with them. I dabbed the water off real quick, like I put it on there, let it do a thing, and then I just kind of dabbed it off. So there we have it. There is our scrap stash and mayhem. Oop, don't do that. And like I said, these are very easy to do, fun to play with the labels. Not the first time it's ever been done, but it's for me because that's the first time that I've had that many labels to play with, and I need to use them up. I wonder how long it's going to take me to use them up. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you stumbled across this channel and you're not, you kind of like what's here, please give me a subscribe. And like and comments are more than welcome. I answer all the comments, and I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. All right, thank you guys. Bye-bye.